Good day and welcome to this edition of Saint Sports. My name is Dominic Papa, and we are winding down. All four teams that are active at St. Clair are still very busy and still battling with playoff implications, which is a good sign. That's good to talk about, that all the teams are in playoff contention. We're going to focus on volleyball this week. And of course, you watched the Saints volleyball teams in action last week. They were very successful, both teams playing extremely well and winning all the games on the weekend. So it was certainly nice to be there to watch that. We're going to start with the men's volleyball squad first. And that, of course, they are coached by the very capable head coach, Coach Sean Riem. Thanks for doing this with us, Coach Riem, and welcome to the broadcast. And team's now on I believe, a 3-game winning streak. And I'll tell you what, this team, I watched the games. I was at the games last weekend. The improvement of this team is just phenomenal. You have to be pleased with what you're seeing right now.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like a lot of the pieces are kind of falling into place now. We've been seeing glimpses of this kind of play all season. And I think it also helps that we had two tough opponents that we felt early in the season we could have and should have beaten them. So, like, getting them back at the end, feeling like we were playing very well was nice.
All right, our audio was a little intermittent there. I think I've got the answer what you were saying there, Coach. The game that you're maybe alluding to, though, was Cambrian on the road, and then of course Cambrian was here on the weekend. Mm-hmm. Very good Cambrian team. They came in at 11-3, and to be honest with you, I think you throttled them pretty good. Actually, 3 straight sets to none. I don't think anybody would have expected that.
Nobody outside our locker room, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I knew it all week. I knew it that day. Like, I could feel it. I told the guys in the room, I was like, if you guys aren't as confident as I am today, then like something's wrong. Because I know.
Is that what it's all about with your club right now, Coach Riem? Is confidence?
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's a big factor. Like, now we've won some big matches now. We're finding that, like, I think we were better in the not so great situations in, like, against Redeemer and then against Cambrian. Like, they're good teams and they're going to score points. They're going to score multiple points in a row sometimes. And being able to just let it roll off your back and then score back instead of letting it kind of dig you into a hole, I think we were having issues with that. Because, like, you can go back to a lot of our big games and we'll go up early against good teams, sometimes a lot, and then somehow we end up they catch up to us around 16s and then they blow past us in the 20s.
So was this just a learning curve that was needed for your team, Coach?
I think that's a big factor because everybody playing just about is either in their first year of eligibility or they played half a season last year, I guess, and that was it. Like, aside from Sim, I have nobody who has played more than that.
Of course, confidence, as you alluded to, is a big factor here. But what's been the biggest, or I guess the most significant part of the game, part of the team's game that has turned around and brought on the success that you expected? Are they serving better? Are they executing, the systems better?
I think our offense has been pretty strong all season, but it's gotten better, and I think we're a little more dynamic in it, where we were relying on sort of predictable things early on, and now it's like anything goes pretty much. But I think our serving has also cleaned up a little bit in the sense that they know we're at a good level of being aggressive, but without giving up too many misses, and especially important ones or in like clutch situations. Because like, you don't want to be just putting every serve in the court because it's free points at that point because they're so easy sometimes. But if you're missing almost 30 like Redeemer does, that's a problem as well. So you got to find the balance.
Before we talk a little bit about getting ready for playoffs, you got two more games remaining on the schedule, Coach. They're both on the road. You'll travel to Humber and Sheridan this upcoming weekend. Uh, and these games still have importance. You're sitting at 8-8. You got them back to 500, which is a great
Mhm.
accomplishment. Now these games are almost like playoff games already. Fair to say that?
I am treating them like a playoff game because, well, Sheridan has a match on Thursday, and if they drop it, then they cannot pass us. So we'll
Mhm.
be sealed up in seventh. But um, we don't know what's going to happen until that happens. So I'm treating Humber like a playoff match. We take this whole week to prep for this one team. We go into a hostile environment. They're going to be feeling great because they're coming off a big win against Fanshawe.
Mhm.
So I think it's great preparation for what's going to be a similar type of situation when we go and play either number 1, 2, or 3, or 4, depending how things play out.
Yeah, yeah. Hard to prep for any playoff stuff right now because you don't know. You just have no.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah,
many scenarios that could unfold here. Speaking of that, accomplishing the playoffs, getting to the playoffs. Uh, Congrats on that, feather in your cap for sure.
thank you.
Um, and how much more does this team have to grow? And could they do that coming into the playoffs?
I think there's still quite a bit we can do. Like it's tough this late in the season to work on new things and like because it's usually 1 or 2 days of prep and then it's gameplay, but I'm still doing my best to fit in just a little bit of time to like grow their skill sets just a little bit because if like a couple guys make 2 or 3 poor decisions and that could be the set, and if maybe we eliminate one of those, sometimes that's the difference. So I think each guy in each position can still be improving, and we're working on a lot of things in practice still. And like, I think you'll see some new things these coming weeks.
Okay, coach, I'm going to take you right out of your element right now. So please, next time you see
Okay.
me, don't kick me or punch me. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're a football fan at all, or are you following the football at all?
Not
No,
anymore.
so you don't care then.
No.
No, all right. Then I'm not even going to ask you for a prediction. I'm going
All
to let you.
right.
I'm going to let you take care of volleyball stuff, and wish you continued success this weekend. And boy, I just think you've done a great job there. So congrats on everything, and keep this thing going. Okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
All
it.
right. All right. That's head coach Sean Ream of the men's volleyball team, and I've said it. I said it on our broadcast. The St. Clair men's volleyball team. I'm not sure if I'd want to meet them in the first round. This team is playing really well and with a lot of confidence. And boy, oh boy, they're going to be tough. Another tough team, of course, the women's team. They've been tough for a number of years because they've got, if not the best head coach in the OCA, certainly one of the best, that's for sure. Head coach Jimmy L. Turk joins us on the show. Thanks for doing this with us, coach. And as always, your time is appreciated. A couple of wins on the weekend. Team looked really good. You got to rest some of the veteran players, we'll say. And I see even the young girls that came off the bench. You could tell they're around good players because you see that they're executing pretty good.
Yeah, I think our practice environment, especially since we've returned from Christmas, has been has been really good. I think this time of the year, sometimes practice, we're in the dog days of the season, right? And they're in midterms, et cetera. So some days are pretty tough to bring it, or you don't really have a lot of gas left in the tank. But this team has really found a way to cherish practice and find a way to get better. And, we haven't really played a lot of different types of lineups this year. It's been, mostly 7 or 8 players with a few substitutions in every set, but that hasn't deterred those athletes who haven't really earned a lot of playing time this year from coming to practice and getting better every single day. And the one athlete I can definitely speak of on that is Taya Veneri, who's
Mm-hmm.
come in and all she's done, Dom, basically since she's returned from Christmas has gotten better every day, and her confidence is improving. And I was really proud of her to be able to go in both matches this weekend and contribute in a really positive way. I think it speaks a lot about her character and approach to practice, but I think also the team and kind of how we've we've been trying to tackle each practice each day, which is let's just get better. Let's not worry about what happened last weekend or who's upcoming this weekend. We just need to get better today. And we've kind of had a really steady approach, which has been really nice.
Yeah, Taya was impressive. She really caught my eye, Coach, at how well she just seemed to fit in and was able to do her part and didn't look out of place at all. And that bodes well for the future, that's for sure. Also, Miss Fournier too. She's a first-year player from Sudbury, so she saw the two teams from Sudbury here. Kind of a special weekend for her, I would imagine, and she was, I had a chance to talk to her a little bit, and she was pretty excited about the whole thing.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to play your hometown team when you move away, especially when you're moving from north to south. And she's got some former club teammates on that team, and Cambrian's head coach Dale Bosley was kind enough to invite her into their training environment this past summer, even though she was coming here to help get her some reps and some preparation. And Dale and I have a good relationship, so it was nice of him to do that for Haven. So it's nice to see her out there and competing against her former teammates and helping us stay on the right side of the result as well.
13-3 overall, Coach Jimmy. 8-2 in your last 10, and you're now on a 4-game winning streak. You're going down to the last 2 games as well this weekend, much like the men, Humber and Sheridan. And as a result of what you've accomplished up to this point, you're going to have a home playoff game next week. I don't want to get into that just yet, Coach, but I want to talk about the importance of these 2 games this weekend.
They're really big, Dom, because we're not hosting provincials this year. We talked about this, I think, last time.
Yep.
We have to be road warriors. We got to go and get it done on the road. And our home court has been really good to us this year. We went 8-1 at home this year, and especially this semester have played really amazing volleyball and really clean volleyball at home. But that is not that important because we haven't really played that clean on the road. And we're not going to be the 1 seed in our division, which means we're going to have to go through all the best teams in regardless of what order. And one of those teams is Humber, and we're going to have to do it, in their neighborhood, which is in the GTA. So this weekend is huge. We get a chance to go on the road and play, a top 2 or 3 team in Canada in their gym. And that's going to have to be our path if we want to accomplish, our biggest goal this season, which is to win an OCAA championship. So there's nothing better for us in terms of playoff preparation than going, on the road at Humber and trying to win in their gym on their senior night right at the end of the season. There's nothing that's going to prepare us more than that. And then the next day we get Sheridan at Sheridan, who's hosting the provincial championship. So it's nice to be able to get some time in that gym with provincials right around the corner.
Yeah, you'll see both those teams back to back, Coach. You start with Humber, and no disrespect to Sheridan, but is it better that you get to see Humber first right away, or would you rather flip flop that, or doesn't matter at this point?
Doesn't matter, Dom. We're going to have to play them on 0 days of rest. It doesn't matter, right? So, our mentality is set them up and knock them down. Like that's what we have to do. We have to. We don't have a choice. Right, so we can make excuses. We can find a reason. This was more preferred. This is less preferred. We don't create the schedule. It's in front of us, and we got to show up and play. That's what we can control.
Before we get to the playoff date, Coach Jimmy, it was a pretty emotional day as well with the honoring of the graduating athletes, and I know that's always a very important day to the college. They put together a nice little pre-game ceremony, which again I think is a real classy move on their part. But for you to see these young ladies, you've coached them for some 2, 3, 4 years, and you see them become young ladies going on to the next chapter of their life. How tough a day is that? I mean, it's a gratifying day, but I still think it's probably be a tough day too.
It's emotional. Senior days is the one day on the calendar that I definitely look forward to. Not because it's the season's coming down to the end, but it's because we get a chance to say thank you to the people who have, laid the foundation for our program and have done such incredible work, not for me, but for their own teammates. And we have, 5 very special young women who will be graduating and leaving our program. And Kelly Rogers, Lily Hearn, Alexis Stewart, Chantel DeVlute and Riley Davis. And, what I said to them after the match, both individually and in front of the whole team, which is thank you for leaving this place better than you found it. Like this graduating class, more than anyone that I've had as an entire class, has left our program better than when they found it. And that's how we can continue to get better every single season, is by having quality human beings in here who know what it's like to operate with integrity and trust and have good communication, work hard. Those are the kinds of qualities that we're looking for in our athletes. And we really hope that by the time they leave here, they've had a chance to build on those characteristics, but also lead in those characteristics so that when they leave, we get to carry their legacy on forward.
Yeah, well said, Coach. And yeah, I've been fortunate. We Digital's been fortunate to cover these girls during their time at St. Clair, covering the games, and yeah, they've been fun to watch. They've been just great ambassadors for the sport, for the college, and certainly everything that they've done, I think, should be noted and certainly will be remembered. That's for sure. Playoffs, Coach, I know you're not going to look beyond this weekend. I understand that, but I just want to give the game a plug more than anything so that people – I want a big crowd at the Sportsplex. That's why I want to put this out there. It's going to be on February 18th, which is a Saturday. It's going to be, I believe, a 3 o'clock game, correct?
Either 3 or 6 p.m. We're still trying to decide a few things here. We've got a few other potential rentals. So it'll be either 3 p.m. or 6 p.m.
Okay, so once we get that, we'll make sure we get the word out on that. But it's going to be playoff volleyball, the women at the Sportsplex. I'm excited about that. It's going to be outstanding, and hopefully a good victory on that day. It's going to be tough, I know, but we gotta find a way to win. Super Bowl, Coach, do you have anybody?
Oh, yeah. Come on, Dom.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured it. I don't like to take things for granted, you guys are so wrapped up in your sport, but I always tell myself, you know what, these are sports people, so sure.
Yeah, I'm an avid football watcher, so this is tough, man.
It is. It really is.
Spread is really tough, but I'm going to do what I always will revert back to, which is I'm taking the team that has the best player. I know that there's all the hype, Philly's the hot new thing, and they've got a good pass rush, and Jalen Hurts, and what a good season. Give me Patrick Mahomes, man. Come on, I'm not going against Mahomes.
Yeah, but they say he's banged up right now. They say they're not sure about his ankle.
Look, it's been 3 weeks. They probably sent him to Germany a couple times. He'll be just fine. He's going to be ready to go, Dom.
They probably put a new ankle on him or something.
Yeah, exactly. Give me the Chiefs in a high scoring affair.
Really, somebody else said that they are expecting a lot of points, and I said, you alluded to it, the Philadelphia defense. Boy, that's a tough defense. My, I wasn't sold on them throughout the season, but towards the end, I was like, boy, oh boy, this defense is pretty ugly, nasty, and that's going to be some Mahomes going to have to really find a new magic bag there or something.
I mean, he's always got a trick up his sleeve.
You got a score for me, Coach?
34-31.
Oh, a field goal.
Yeah.
That's high scoring again.
It's going to be tight. Yeah, 28, 24, 31, something like that. So,
interesting.
Yeah,
it was interesting this morning. I saw a program. They're already talking about the Super Bowl. Everybody's talking about it now, aside from the St. Clair volleyball, of course. But they're saying nobody hates these teams. Nobody hates the players on the teams. Whereas I think they're alluding to Tom Brady. People started hating him because they almost – fact that he was winning all the time, so people started just, we had enough of you. And that the one broadcaster was saying nobody hates these teams. It's hard to pick one, because of that reason. But everybody has their favorites, like you said.
There's no villain. Just Mahomes is magic, Dom. He's so good. It's tough. If I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose betting on Patrick Mahomes. I'm not going to take Jalen Hurts over Patrick Mahomes. With all due respect.
Then you can kick me in the butt, Coach, because I think Philadelphia is going to win this game. We'll talk about maybe before you hit the road this weekend, we could talk about a little wager, cocktail or something. Okay.
No problem. Happy to do it.
All right, good stuff, Coach. Appreciate your time as always, and have a safe journey this weekend. We'll talk to you in the playoffs.
Thank you, Dom. Appreciate you as always, man.
All right, that's Coach Jimmy L. Turk of the women's team. Before I let you go, basketball stuff. I want to get you some basketball information. Both the men and women are at home this weekend, and as you can see on the bottom of our screen scrolling, they'll be at the Sportsplex. So again, we want to pack the place Friday night, depending on when you're watching this show. They'll be at home Friday night, 6 and 8 p.m., Saturday, 1 and 3 p.m. Of course, We Digital will have all the action for you. Justin Prince will have the call. But again, I encourage everybody to go to the Sportsplex. It's just a great place to witness a basketball game, a volleyball game, anything. The women right now are standing 6 and 6, 5 and 5 in their last 10. They've been struggling a little bit. Coach Kiss, I know, is working hard with them. They're playing Redeemer. Redeemer's at 5 and 8, so they're just right behind the Saints. Again, these are going to be very important games for the women this weekend. And they also have Humber. Humber is just a perfect team so far this year. They're a perfect 13-0, so that's going to be a real tough game come on Sunday. The men, outstanding right now. They're sitting at 11 and 3, 8 and 2 in their last 10 games. They're also on a 5-game winning streak, so they're finishing strong the regular season. They'll play Redeemer. Redeemer's 4 and 11 overall. The game that's going to be really good, though, not that the Redeemer game will be bad, but the Humber game on Saturday. Of course, these two teams met in the Canadian Finals last year. Humber's standing at 9 and 6 right now, 7 and 3 in their last 10, so they're turning it up a notch. Both these teams will finish on the road next week, so very important to get home victories this weekend. We hope you can check us out here on We Digital to take in all the action. That's it for this edition of Saints Sports. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck this weekend with the Super Bowl stuff. Good luck with the Saints. And we hope to see you again next week. We'll talk more St. Clair College athletics. Until then, this is Dominic Papa wishing you a great day.